Hello and welcome to Poetry on the West Tyne Light Network with me, Matthew Erskine. Now, I've had a reply to one of my podcasts, and it's from Mr Hextol. And it's very nice to get a reply too. You can find his reply to a little ditty I did on another podcast on my Facebook page at MJE West Tyne LN. Now, moving on. Oh yes, now I don't know where this has come from and I couldn't think. It must have just appeared here on the desk from somebody, but it has no name and no date, but it is addressed to Mr Hextol. And this is how it goes. Now could it be, when you had travelling on your mind, the Firth of Forth and Edinburgh City you couldn't find, that dear old Forth Road Bridge, you'd think it was big enough to see, but not for Mr Hextol, who was heading to Longnidree. I have driven to Edinburgh loads of times, the words that you did say, with Mrs Hextol worried she wouldn't get there that same day. Now with misplaced pride you give that car a super rocky ride. Out you went past King George Heath, a well-known narrow one-way street, and to top it all, headed out the wrong way to the Royal Docks at Leith. That city you try to tackle, then give out a unanimous cackle, making you feel you were trapped in the slaveman's shackle. By now Mrs Hextol had out her dainty hanky, as you parked up not speaking, not far from Killiecrankie. Then you really caused a bigger schism, as all was well albeit until a town of Scottish worth, as Mrs Hextol found herself outside Her Majesty's prison Perth. An hour later you were out upon the highway with some clout, and in you rolled to John O'Groats, all tired and worn out. Now it's only left to say, and a little bit more beside, of that jolly hack from the town of Mac, who knows what the devil happened coming back. Mr Hextol, you write your wit with cracks of jarring thunder, and you have Mrs Hextol looking upwards in ever-increasing wonder. In your gaping mishap sphere, that did have me laughing tears, you didn't tell me I'd caught a mullet upon Alcudier's pier. Instead you watched and chuckled, as folk gathered in shock, at what they must have thought was a rather speedy rock. Then they all laughed in tandem, as the darned thing got off. Now I think we're even, you with words and me by mouth, and I only hope your reading figures don't start going south. That was addressed to Mr Hextol by me, Matthew Erskine. Poetry on the West Tyne Light Network was also produced by me, Matthew Erskine. Goodbye.